Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monaco to the Steel Orbis Fall 2022 conference and the 87th IREPAS meeting. Before we start today, it is with deep sadness that I have to inform you of the deaths of Mr. Ricardo Hugas, who is the founder and first chairman of IREPAS, who passed away on 6th of October, and Mr. Yusuf Güven, one of the members of the board of IREPAS, who passed away on 12th of June this year. We will miss them more than words can express. I don't know what to say at this point. I have to quote Abraham Lincoln, who said, "In the end, it is not the years in your life that count. It is the life in your years." Ricardo Hugas was the commercial director of Salsa Group back in the early 80s. And he started IREPAS by organizing a meeting between Salsa and Gerdau. And then as the first chairman of IREPAS, he led the association for over 2 decades. And during this period, the association grew to include several producers from several different countries. I have known Ricardo Hugas since the beginning of 90s and always had huge respect for him. On the other hand, I had known Yusuf Güven since the very first day he started working in steel industry. I have been friends with him for over 30 years. He served for Çukurova Çelik, Newco, Noble Resources, and Helveco Intertrade. He was involved in scrap supplies to Turkish market for about quarter of a century. And he was involved in IREPAS for over 2 decades. He served as one of the directors at the board of IREPAS, and he represented the Raw Material Suppliers Committee several times in our meetings. Both had invaluable contributions. May their souls rest in peace. I'd like to invite our former chairman, Mr. Uğur Dalbeler, to share his thoughts.
Thank you, Murat. I just wanted to come and say a few words because most of you might not know who Ricardo Hugas is, but I think it was in 87 March in Istanbul. I'm at the meeting, and the first thing that I have realized that there were 2 guys were arguing so heatedly. One was him, who was chairing the meeting, and there was another guy, Pat Simon from Primary. Michael might know. So that really got me into this IREPAS. So it's been 35 years, and Ricardo was always very sharp, very aggressive. And I was the one start arguing with him all the meetings that I have participated. But then he came to me one day, he says, "Where I'm stepping down and I want you to be the successor." So we had such a good relation. That's the reason I just wanted to come and say how important he was for this group. So it was because of him we are gathering here. It was because of him we have reached 1,000 people in last September in Istanbul. It was of him we can communicate in such a way in our industry. And Yusuf also was a good friend. It was not a good friend, he was a great man. He contributed to this business a lot. If this meeting became the most important scrap meeting in the world, I think it's because of him. And their legacy will remain. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dalbeler. At this point, I'd like to invite you for a moment of silence for Mr. Ricardo Hugas and Mr. Yusuf Güven to honor them and remember his contributions to IREPAS. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like to invite our chairman, Mr. Murat Cebecioğlu, for his opening remarks. Please, Mr. Chairman.